Dr. Amanda with Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com, and today we're going to answer this mystery riddle. Why are orthodontists still using mousetraps to fix bites when they can just use simple plastic aligners to get the exact same outcome, way more comfortable, way more efficient, probably healthier on the gums and the teeth and the roots? And the answer is, I don't freaking know. What? It boggles my mind, and I work with doctors all the time. I talk to doctors all the time, and still patients and GPs and pediatric dentists are being told, oh, the orthodontist I refer to said that I couldn't get Invisalign for this case. I have to do braces, and they end up with something stupid looking like this. I mean, I realize this is probably, yes, very good biomechanics. I'm not saying the biomechanics are wrong. I'm not saying it doesn't work. Yeah, this worked from 1950 to 2010, but guess what now? It's 2025 almost, and you don't have to do this. You can get sequential distalization with clear aligners. You don't have to use elastics to back up your anchorage for something minor. It's just absolutely absurd to me. And there's just so many orthodontists out there that one of two things is happening. Either they are my age or maybe older and they were trained believing that plastic doesn't work. And they've probably seen a ton of cases that turned out badly because the doctors didn't know how to program it. Remember, you have to get trained in making the plastic work. Whatever the technicians do, and I was on this great webinar last night with an orthodontist from Florida. Some of you may have been on it. And she flat out said it. She goes, look, it takes me 7 revisions to get a Clin Check, right? It takes me about 2 hours per case. That's why I crack up when people look at the cost of my a la carte sessions and they're like, 400 and whatever for an a la carte session. I'm like, yeah, it takes us multiple sessions to get the Clin Check right. What is your billable hour? Because it usually ends up being almost, 45 minutes, 30 minutes to an hour. It takes a while. I mean, yeah, that's actually low. I think what I charge to help with a Clin Check. So, and there are plenty other, Invisalign consulting companies out there that charge, I don't know, I've seen 9,000 for 5 cases. I mean, it's way more than what we do. And we don't just do Invisalign. We do all kinds of aligners, all kinds of braces, all kinds of phase 1. Anyways, so the answer is most orthodontists either aren't trained up in it and they only believe what they can do and what's good in their hands, and this works in their hands, so they use the mousetraps, or they just are cheap and they are kind of brainwashed in thinking that braces are cheaper. They know that insurance reimbursement has not kept up with inflation. I mean, it hasn't. What insurance pays for ortho is what they paid for ortho 20 years ago when I first got out. It's the same. It hasn't really gone up for the most part, not compared to inflation for sure. And they also know that what we're charging per case hasn't gone up in the last 20 years. What you guys are charging now is what I charged 20 years ago. Why? Because ortho has become way more efficient. And if you do things efficiently with all the technology out there, you can see way more cases per day, way more cases per month, because you can do a lot of it virtually. So yeah, you should be doing well doing ortho case if you do things efficiently. But if you're still doing old school mechanics, it's not efficient and you're never going to be productive. Your overhead's going to be so high because they're going to have to come in every few weeks and see an actual live person for their stuff. Why are you doing this when you can do it in easily 4 appointments most cases? I mean, obviously if they're in mixed dentition, they're going to have to come in more for refinement scans because teeth are coming in and out. But if somebody has all their teeth, no. And even if they don't, you can still do all the appointments from home. Snap a few pictures, get feedback. Okay, great, tracking looks good. Look at the bite marks, move on. Takes a virtual treatment coordinator or a virtual assistant a few minutes to see the case. There's a problem, they escalate it to the doctor. Easy breezy, right? Why take up chair time? Every time a patient comes in your chair, you have to clean it. They sit in it. You have to clean it. You have to have someone sit there. It's just ridiculous. Anyways, so you know what? Just like all the politics going on right now, you have to see in between the BS. And there is total BS that goes on in the whole orthodontic industry saying that this is still the right way to do things just because 50% of the orthodontists out there believe that. Whether they believe it truthfully or they just don't have the confidence to know how to do things with plastic. So I encourage you, I made all my resources free on pretty much everything. So you guys can just get between the BS and see what's out there, understand it a little bit more. And then when you're ready, if you want help one-on-one with a case, that's the best way to learn. Work with an orthodontist. If you don't like me, that's okay. There's plenty of us that do it. I can send you to plenty other orthodontists who do this, plenty other companies that do this. Do they all do as good job as me? I don't know. I've seen some that I thought were pretty good. A lot of other doctors out there that are doing this are GPs, but I know a lot of good GPs that know what they're doing. So I don't know. You just got to see who you gel with. All right. So hopefully this was helpful and it encourages you to learn more. Take care.